Hey everybody, happy morning to you. Happy Monday. I'm Rob Booker. Welcome to the webinar. We got some pretty cool stuff going on. I'm going to kick things off as exciting as possible. I'm going to show you a trade I want to take right now that I did take right now. This is the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Check this action out. This is quintuple overbought. Now, zoom in here and check this out. This was overbought on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour charts, all of them. And that is an early warning sign that this financial instrument wants to reverse. Now, look at this trend. This has been a beast of a trend, just out of control, beast of a trend, super giant trend. The Canadian dollar against Japanese yen is really not that much different. It really equals oil. It's really what you're looking at. You're looking at the price of oil, with a couple of exceptions and with some variations. And here's what I want to say by that. Oil's already reversed. If the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen has been rising, oil is usually rising as well. But then oil began to fall, but the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen did not start to fall. That's the canary in the coal mine. The fact that oil was falling, one of two things has to happen. Oil has to take a big shot upward to catch up, or the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen has to fall. They have to be in correlation. They don't have to be in correlation every minute, but they have to fall back into correlation. And when they fall out of correlation, they're going to go back into correlation. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it's going to be. And what I think is going to happen here, and what I favor in this situation, is a drop in the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, because it's at a lofty price right now. And at this lofty price, what you're going to find is that it's going to reverse a bit. Now, we built a robot for this, and Wes knows all about that, of course. Wes is the one that wrote the code for the robot. And we call that robot the T6 robot. And what I've done is I've gone ahead, because the T6 robot isn't loaded onto this particular MetaTrader installation, is I went ahead and I took a trade on this already. But what I'm going to ask Wes to do today is to load up that T6 robot into this installation of MetaTrader. Let's jump over and look at that installation of MetaTrader and let you take a look at that trade. Here is the installation of MetaTrader. I've got some trades that have been open for a while that have just been sort of sitting in an unprofitable state of affairs. And I'm going to use the profits from this Canadian dollar, Japanese yen situation to pay off those trades, wash those trades out. I'm going to make some money on these trades, then I'm going to close some trades out on other trades. So I've already taken a sell trade just now, right before the webinar began, already took a sell trade on the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Now, where do I think it might go to? We'll go back to the charts over here and we'll take a look. Now, it's at least going to go down to today's pivot, at least. It will at least go to that level. But let's change this up a little bit. Let's change the daily pivot to the weekly pivot. Let's change the color to green because I'm superstitious and all weekly pivots must be green. It is at least going to reach 87.83. That's not a really long way. That's not that far down. That could be, however, a significant amount of profit for the T6 robot, which we have shown you in recent webinars. That could be a really, really nice trade. However, we also have a missed weekly pivot down at 85.74. Let's split the difference on that. Put a target halfway the distance of that pivot, and you get a target at about 8,700. That seems like a reasonable target, especially for a Japanese yen currency pair, which, frankly, it tends to go into trends and then suddenly and massively reverse that trend all of the sudden. All right. For those of you that are brand new lifetime members, we got in touch with you last week and let you know that I lost my voice and I was sick. You can still hear it in my voice now. And that new member orientation webinar is today. You will receive an email from us today reminding you about that. We'll welcome you into the lifetime membership and we'll teach you all the things you need to know to get started, where to focus your attention, what things that you can ignore, what new things are coming. And very excited about that. If you're not a lifetime member, you might want to think about that. And you can find a link below this video or above this video, depending on where you're watching it. Or you could just look at the email of the day, and I usually include a link in that email. But that's not why we're here. We're here to look at now another financial instrument, something that we don't often look at, and that's a stock. This is Cherokee Incorporated. I don't know what do they do here? What does this company do? We don't know. I don't care what this company does. They are a marketer and manager of a portfolio of fashion and lifestyle brands. The Cherokee, completely by me, Liz Hawk, Tony Hawk, Side Out, Carol Little, Carol Burnett, Christmas Carol. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. This is a really, really nice setup, and I want to show it to you right now. I don't know if you trade stocks, but you really need to take a look at this one. I don't know why my little drawing tool always makes those strange circles. Okay, this stock just had earnings. I don't care what the earnings were. This is a Magic Formula Investing.com stock. It has a good return on investment, or whatever the hell that guy says it has. This stock, when it goes overbought on 5 time frames, tends to reverse quite suddenly and quite massively, and it's a really inexpensive stock. Now, I'm going to move money back into my Robinhood trading account so that I can buy this stock, hopefully within the next 24 hours. And take a look at this. It's oversold on 5 time frames, 5, 15, 60, 240, and daily. I use those time frames for stocks. It's a little bit of a better indication on stocks. Now, it's not yet Knoxville divergent. So what I will do on my Robinhood account is I will buy, I would say 25 to 30 shares. Like, I will just go in small, and I will take a small first position on this stock. This is something that I would plan to hold no longer than the next week or so. But because it's a small trade, I won't really have a significant problem doing that. I thought you might be interested. We don't really look at stocks that often. 5,000 shares. That would be amazing. That would be fantastic. I don't know what time the Lifetime webinar is today, but it most likely will, and we'll send the invitation to all Lifetime members.
It's at 2 p.m. New York time.
2 p.m. New York time, 1 p.m. my time, 12 noon Wes's time, 11 a.m. California time. And if you missed the webinar, we'll repeat it again at a different time for you. And good morning, Wes. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. Great webinar so far, by the way.
Well, thank you. I'm really excited to trade T6 on this CAD yen bad boy. This is exactly the reason we built that robot.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty awesome.
In a range from $5 to $5 million, how many dollars do you think I can make on this trade?
I don't know, at least 50,000. We'll say 50,000.
So someone said, what is a Robinhood account? For those of you that don't know, in the United States, Robinhood is an app that allows you to trade stocks commission-free. You can have a really small stock trading account and not pay commissions when you trade that stock. It makes it absolutely possible to trade stocks on a smaller trading account. It's coming to Australia in the near future, and whatnot. A lot of you are giving me some really nice advice on what substances I can drink to help my throat. I really appreciate that. I really do. For those of you that follow the $1,000 trading class, I'm not trading the dollar Mexican today, but I am going to trade the Mexican peso within the next couple of days, and I'm excited for you to come along for that ride if you are in that class. All right, everybody, those are the trades for today. Tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to see how the robot did trading this Canadian dollar Japanese yen. For all I know, it might stop out. I mean, this thing might not work at all, but it'll be exciting no matter what it is. All right, Wes, thanks so much for all you do. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, guys and girls.